Hello and welcome. Yeah, here today we are playing Feed the Reactor. This is a incremental game that came out just a few days ago, and my unfortunately my hand was really bothering me today, so I couldn't get an action roguelite to work. So we're gonna be playing this one. This one's actually pretty fun. So the idea is that we fuel a reactor, and we get milestone rewards if we can keep it reacting enough, so to speak. So right now we are not, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there a little quicker. All right. Actually, this is like the second take on this video because I actually found out something right after I was done. As soon as I was finished. There we go. Let's auto fuel that. Start getting these. These are so important because it literally is how much fuel you can put in there. And it will make a massive difference. Like one of the reasons that I'm actually re-recording this is because I kind of figured out, like 20 minutes after I was done with the video, I figured out that I was doing everything wrong in that video. Speaking of which, let's go that video. Okay, now that video never came out. It's actually, it did. But basically, I kind of misunderstood how the material concept worked in the game, which was, that was my fault. So we're re-recording. This is basically going to go a ton better than my previous run anyway, so that will actually work out really nice for me. Now, let me pause and sneeze for just one moment. All right. Yeah, my brain's so discombobulated from doing two videos of the same thing exactly back to back. If I hadn't said it, I do have a link to the Steam page in the description and yada yada YouTube. So like, subscribe, things. Okay, just in case. So yeah, I think I'll be able to get a lot faster. I'll be able to tell you. I think that this is not necessarily your best stat at first, but it's definitely the stat that's going to get you the farthest first. Because I was trying to hit this like weird balance, and it didn't work out real well. Whereas if you're trying to balance a bunch of things, you're maybe not going to have as easy of a time because you really do want all this material to be getting nuked like as fast as possible in some cases. And so because of this stat right here, like eventually you can reach the point where you'll have some backing up, but you really don't want that. You want them always in play and just being shot back out as fast as possible. That's why every single one of these is actually super important. That was kind of one of the things that I missed and I didn't understand until a little bit later. So I wanted to go back here because that way you won't make the mistake that I made. All right. No, it is fun. And the upgrades actually, I really like the way the upgrades go. The upgrades in this actually go really super, super good. All right. I have the weirdest luck, by the way. Like before I went and grabbed this game, and actually Steam was suggesting it to me for a couple days now. Before I went and grabbed it, I was actually looking at a bunch of other games. I ran into so many bugs. Thankfully, not this game. I ran into a bunch of demos that were just really buggy. It was not looking like a good day because of it, too. Because it was like, man. All right, we're just going to have to save up for a little bit extra on the material. We only need a few more material, and it should start getting there. We may drop another igniter in. Do we? Yeah, I think we probably could. Yeah, let's drop one more because we were getting a surplus. So with a couple more igniters, we'll be able to really kind of crank out the damage there. And yeah, this game actually came out. I think there was a demo that I just never got. I think I had it installed, literally never got to play it. Because it was just one of those where I just missed it. And, it's like, I installed 4 demos today, just today. And it's like, I'm going to miss some things. I guarantee it. I'm sure I'm going to miss some things. Okay, I need these igniter damage up just a squid, just a skosh. Just a skosh so we can get our fuel per second upgrade because that'll make this fire faster. And as long as we're, like, doing good igniter damage, we can actually, like... That was where I was confused. I thought I wasn't supposed to use a bunch of these. You really do want to use a bunch of these because you want everything to be going away as fast as it comes in. But yeah, the way the tree and everything, as we unlock it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And everything went. I just had a blast playing it. So you know, this video is going to be a little bit late because I had to re-record, but then again, I would rather have the re-record and the video be a little late than kind of, I feel like the information I gave wasn't as good or accurate as it should have been. That's the best way I can explain that. I'm gonna throw another one of you in there. Maybe. Someday. All right. Fuel. Yeah, see, if that number is always 0, you're doing it right so far from what I can tell. Like, you want everything going in and out. You want it destroying it fast enough that you see the numbers climb, and this thing should be working its little butt off. And the igniter thing is and this is why I got a little confused, because the actual score is based off the damage, but the material is what this is, and you're going to build score faster with more of these, because your igniter eventually is going to be your thing here is eventually just going to be spewing them out constantly. So yeah, just better overall on that one. We'll be a little late, but that's okay. There's some pretty cool stuff here. Like I said, I really enjoyed it, and so we'll get back to there. We'll hopefully get back to that a little bit faster this one. We should, honestly, because there's a couple real cool upgrades. One of which is like the pump one. Whew, yeah, there's some fun stuff. I don't know why I'm allowed to do this. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I can like shuffle my thing. It seems like every time I shuffled it, it did not help me. But yeah, we just want to keep cranking things up, because eventually it's going to all get pretty impressive. Normally I would skip ahead in these videos, but I won't be skipping ahead this time because again, it's late, and I can't really. Late for me. I need to go to sleep after that too. So. Yeah, unfortunately, like, man, I was trying to play some action roguelites, and I got a couple of ones that are embargoed for a couple of days that people had sent me keys for, and you know, my pinky just, it was not having it. It was like, today's been one of those days where, again, like, it felt like the first day I had it, where everything is just slamming into this. Like, it's like a guided missile aimed for everything it could smack itself on. It's not like it was a huge cut, it's that it's a very wide cut, so they heal so slow. Almost infuriatingly so. Alright, let's get you some more damage, and then I think we'll grab another piece on that one. Although the fuel hit points is tempting, but the fuel hit point is... We're not quite there where we need that. We don't quite... Well, actually, we're pretty close. I'll say, we'll throw another one of those in the bargain, but yeah, we're actually starting to get a little close with the damage to where our hit points need to go up. There we go. Yeah, now we're getting there. Now we're playing with power. Alright. Shoot a little faster. You're gonna have a little more hit points. Or do we go with the damage? I mean, we could try to get to the point where it's just clearing. Maybe. Maybe. All right, let's do that, because that'll be the easiest one. I know we'll just straight up increase this bar. It's just like adding another one of these. Like, these two we can guarantee to add to our. So it's like the idea being that they're just never not being exploded. So let's do that. Yeah, see, look at that. We're starting to creep up again. There we go. There we go. There we go. We get our 4. Get another piece for the board. 4.8, I should say. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I just didn't build enough into this, and there's another thing that you open later that helps you build farther. And, you know, like I said, I just really needed to stay with that. And anytime I can get more more pieces to go in there, because if we get more pieces, like if we have more of these, the igniters, we can shove more igniters in and just absolutely like try to destroy everything as fast as possible. And that's going to give us 2 things, that will give us our energy, but that's also going to give us a lot of everything. So hopefully we will have the next thing soon. All right, let's go fuel hit points. 'Cause that'll help out a little bit too. Right now, I think we're limited by the fact let's do that. There we go. All right, now let's get another one of those in there. See, because so here's what I did wrong. It was early in, and I had too many of these out at the early stage, and they were killing things so fast that I couldn't get. There wasn't really enough. There wasn't enough contact happening, and so it gave me the false idea that I needed fewer of these. It's actually how I came to that conclusion. Is not actually the case. You kind of want more is better, because if you can have this thing just blowing these things out constantly. All right, let's give it a little more life, because they do have to last a little bit. Like, there is a way to go over on the igniters, but it's not as much as I had convinced myself. That's the best way to say it. All right, let's increase that damage. That should get us almost there. All right. Oh, we're gonna need some hit points, I'd say. Either we might have 4 might just be a little too much for this particular. We might have just seen that might be what happened to me there, was that same thing. It's like 4 was just a little much at that point. But I have no problem. We'll still do this easily, of course. All right. Fuel. Let's give you all a little bit more hit points. That way we get a little less dead air, because we're getting a lot of dead air where in betweens. All right. Come on. You can do it. Give me my upgrade. Oh, upgrades. All right, we're gonna do the fuel hit points. Okay, it is spitting out fast enough. We will get there. Can we do it? Yes. Okay, there we go. Let's get another one of those in there. All right, now we have some processing power to go through, and that's going to work pretty good. So let's get our research flask here upgraded as soon as we can, so that we're actually upgrading a couple of different things. All right, and as much as it's going to make the video a little bit later, I'm going to pause for just a few moments to get a little farther, and I'll show you what I mean by, like, you'll be able to feed it a little better. And it will be a little bit later, and I do apologize to the early watchers about that. It should be coming out right as the moment I'm speaking this, and unfortunately it will be later. So hold on one second. All right, I played about 15 minutes and to get us to this spot specifically, because I just unlocked this, and this is why I wanted to show you, because eventually you're going to once you get this, you basically just click on it, and we can basically use it to level. And in our case, we're doing extra damage right now, but honestly, what we really need is more hit points for our guys here. So that's one of our new tabs. We have some more research stuff. We have a couple different fuel types now, but basically for this part of it, it's kind of the same, because we're just putting out enough guys to do so that they can basically do all of the stuff there. Now, again, there's one thing I wanted to stress. The reason I wanted to get to this point is there's a point. Let me see if it's a research thing or if it's a... I'm not sure when it's going to come up, but eventually this is going to get us the ability to get more of the materials. And that is going to be really good for us, because we want as much material as we can get. Because we can just shove it all in here as fast as we can and have this exploded as much as we can. That 15 minutes involved basically pressing this button on cooldown. It was not the most exciting viewing, so I'm kind of glad we paused it there, but I wanted to point that out because it does, like right now we're getting more and more hit points on these from this over here, and the idea is to do that. We want these hit points because they're going to save us a little bit. So let's go with the that. Let's go here. Heater buff. Enrichment buff's better. And then instead of trying your best to like balance how much fuel you're injecting versus how much fuel you're versus how fast you're popping it, unless you're getting significant stores backlogs here, you really just need to explode the fuel as fast as possible. But with hit points, I mean, you want, because the score is based, the energy is based off your damage. It makes sense in that way, even if it seems a little weird at first. All right, let's see if we can add 1 or 2 there. All right, let's do that. Let's do a pump on that one. Let's grab another one of these. Let's see where we're getting here. What I need to do, okay, we'll grab that. That's going to give us a density. So that density increase is going to help us quite a bit. And that's going to make our little igniters not quite as effective. And we just blasted that one, 20 more materials. So we're up a bunch of materials now. And we actually are going to get to the point where we need to upgrade our per second one. All right, our enrichment's not doing too badly here. That's the nice part. So we are getting something out of it. There's an upgrade later that we get that increases its speed and kind of makes it more consistent, and it works really well. All right, we need to upgrade our flasks. I'm gonna add a bunch that way. Look at this. We need to just kind of get a little bit of everything. All right, let's go here. All right, so that's going to start getting those guys with a little bit more damage, and we can jump in here and watch here. I did find a use for the mousing around in there, because you can kind of sort of speed up the process sometimes. Not super often, but just sometimes. Now, let's turn this. I want to see if anything unlocks when we hit 50 on this one. I think that was. My brain wants to say that was something. That might have been it when we got more unlocks down here. So I wanted to just check that real quick. But basically, the idea is... I wonder... harness upgrades, that's right. That's going to take a bit. It's like, nah. All right, oh, we don't have enough for any of that, so that's okay. All right, let's see. Because if it was 50, then that's not too bad. I got to remember to hit the pump button while I'm waiting for this thing. Okay, it wasn't really 50, but that's fine. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's get more damage, more of everything here. We want more of everything. All the things. And I got to keep remembering to pump. I keep forgetting to because that was basically what I was doing most of the time I was gone, and my brain's kind of going, ah. All right, let's see. More flasks. And the reason I'm going for flasks is because then we can get these numbers at a relatively decent pace. One of these that we unlock is the materials, and it will add just literally 50 to 100 of them really fast. And that means you have so much in here to use that at that point you're cranking your igniters up, and you're trying to get your igniters to just chunk down things as fast as possible. And you're going to want lots of igniters, and you're going to want lots of other things. And it actually ends up being like very good chain reaction style gameplay, which again, I get a kick out of. So that actually works really well. All right, let's go with... Okay, now we'll go with our multipliers up down here. And the reason I'm doing that again is that our research is... We want our research to be as fast as possible. Unfortunately, it's not always doing that for us. So we're going to need more igniters and things like that eventually. Right now, we don't really need too many, which isn't too bad. Let's grab as many, 2 of those, because again, the more of these we have, the more we can just turn our igniters free. And if we turn off auto fuel, we can grab 1 more igniter here. Let's grab 2. There we go. That should actually add a little bit to our speed. We can add another widget because we used one. Give it some more damage. So yeah, basically, I mean, you got kind of a gameplay loop here, but yeah, we were just working. There's some funny, like with some of the upgrades when you start doing them are just crazy. All right, let's get back over there. Let's go that. So yeah, and then and, you know, I'm glad I redid the video because the way I was doing it slows you down really a lot. So it was one of those like oh yeah, there we go. Check it out. Shoo. Look at us. We're going now. Pumps on. That was the one that I wanted to show because it was like, wow. And after that, you like actually need you need extras on everything over here. Because it is just gonna keep cranking more materials into here. Which is kind of hilarious. There we go. Let's pump that one. Yeah, and that was actually one of the things that I was laughing about. I was like, okay, let's get this harness effectiveness over here. All right. So you can see now, this is the one that I wanted to show, and this is why I did end up jumping ahead. Because I wanted to show, like, there's a point where this game starts coming unglued, and it is here. It is right here. This is when the game starts just suddenly, it's big numbers, things going on. We get our research. We're making so much more money. We've like drastically increased how fast we do things and how much more money we have and how much income we have coming in, enough to the point where, you know, we get over here and we're at 51 on the harness, and I think that might be the thing that does this. If I'm correct, then that means when we hook it back up to this thing, we're gonna get like just crazy amounts of stuff going on. Okay, now we need to stir the pot here because everything is clumping. Our nuclear fuel is clumping, sir. All triangles. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, so we're good. Let's get this harness effectiveness up there. Yeah, I wanted to show you that because, again, it just, at this point, the whole, like, experience starts changing towards the more... And we still want to buy these. Like, there's no reason for us not to buy these. Because, again, the more we have, the more everything else works. All right, so let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we, again, like, it does cost us a little bit in our materials to have them. But the honest fact is, at the end, everything's going to be exploding so fast. As long as I can keep these from not getting clumped up. The only problem is they get clumped up, which I think is why you have to dump. Because eventually you're going to need to dump, and then you're going to end up like filling things in at a slower speed so that you get like rings. That would be my prediction, because otherwise things are going to get clumped up in the middle, and it's going to be a little weird. Right. Well, let's see where our fuel hit points. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, totally. Like, if you enjoy incremental games, you're probably going to like this. I think they had a demo out, and I think I just missed it. I don't even know what I was doing at the time. But I missed it for some reason. I was like, okay. All right, let's get some triangles out there. Then we'll go back over to you. And then we can enhance. Oh, it works. It works so good. Yeah, this is... To get even close to here, it took me like 2 or 3 times longer. And that's not even like, oh, now, yeah, see the prestige tab. Oh, next reward is 4 prestige. I wonder what the prestige tab does. Oh, that's so we can prestige too. Progressively rebuild energetic systems. Okay, we will do so. Why, thank you. Let's confirm operation to access prestige upgrades, operation reset energy, reset all energy. Yep. All right. Oops. We didn't get any prestige points, though. Whoops. The next reward was the 4 that I should have grabbed before we left. I thought we would get some 4 prestige. All right. This has been Feed the Reactor. Again, if you like the gameplay you see here, there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description. I do apologize about the video being a little late. This is a much better video because of it, though. So I hope you could forgive me for that. If you enjoy these videos, I do hope you come back for the next one. And most of all, as always, have a great day.